y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to read some more spooky stories from Reddit today. And before we get started, I just wanted to thank my niece for doing my new intro for me. I think she did a very good job, and I'm very appreciative that she took the time to make that for me. Alright, so, and of course, like I did last time, I'll tell you the name of the person's Reddit account and the title of the story, and I'll also put it in the description. So, the first story I'm going to read is by more-meanie3068, and the title of the story is I Built a Ouija Board Using Instructions from a Stranger I Shouldn't Have. The envelope came on a Wednesday, no stamp, no return address, just slid through my mail slot like junk flyers. Inside was a single sheet of thick paper covered in diagrams. At the center, a circle shaded pitch black. Around it, markings I didn't recognize. At the bottom, one line of text. Follow exactly. Do not improvise. I should have thrown it away, but the diagrams looked like blueprints for a Ouija board. Not the toy store kind, something older. That night I built it. I burned the symbols into wood with a soldering iron, painted the black sun in the middle. My hands worked like they weren't even mine. When I set the planchette down, it twitched before I touched it, a sharp scrape against the wood. The first word it spelled was hello. My stomach flipped. I'd used Ouija boards before, but this one was different. Too quick, too precise. I whispered, "Who are you?" It spelled Kane. The TV in the corner clicked on by itself. Static hissing through the speakers. The noise wasn't random. It had rhythm, like chanting buried under the signal. The planchette moved again. Build more. Then it dragged itself so hard across the board that it carved a groove into the wood. A perfect black circle like an eclipse. And I saw it. Not with my eyes, but inside my head. A sun that gave no light, a disk of absolute darkness, and something vast shifting behind it. I tried to smash the wood, snapped it clean in two. When I looked down, it was whole again. The black sun in the center pulsed once, like a heartbeat. The planchette spelled one last word, apprentice. It had been a week since that night. I wrapped the board in a tarp and locked it in the trunk of my car. I thought that would be enough. The first text came Thursday evening. No number, no name, just the letter K. Trace completed. Awaiting next apprentice. At first I thought it was a prank. Then another message arrived with a photo attached. My desk, my chair. The same burn mark from when I built the board. Except the board wasn't there. Only its shadow. When I checked in real life, the desk was empty, but the air smelled faintly of smoke. A third message followed. Do you still hear it? I didn't answer, but the hum had started again. A low, steady beat like a heartbeat under the floor. Finally, I texted back, "What is this?" Instant reply, "Good, then you're still listening." The phone flashed white, then black. Every light in the room dimmed with a vibration in my chest. A new file appeared on my screen. Design_002.jpg. I opened it. A circular diagram glowed faintly, symbols shifting as if alive. At the center, a line of text. For the continuation of light through shadow. My phone began to hum louder and louder until I had to drop it. The lights went out. In the black glass of my screen, my reflection stared back. Behind me, a second shape, a dark circle, pulsing like a heartbeat. I woke up to a vibration in my chest. The phone was on the nightstand, screen lit, battery at 3%. I hadn't charged it. I opened design-002.jpg. The diagram had changed again. Rings rotated. Lines extended into new shapes. The symbols moved like they were alive, forming patterns that seemed to watch me as I stared. They were the same markings I'd memorized weeks ago. Every line, every curve. Only now they were shifting on their own. From the trunk of my car, something scraped against wood. the planchette. The board was still wrapped in a tarp, but I could feel it pulsing faintly, in sync with the vibration in my chest. Then a message appeared on my phone. Progress 100%, transmission ready. The hum started again, low at first, then louder, until the whole room was vibrating. My heartbeat synced with it. I looked at the black screen. My reflection stared back. Behind me, a dark circle hovered, flat, shimmering, almost liquid. The planchette scratched into the board somewhere in the trunk, carving a single word I didn't have to see to read. Apprentice. The screen flickered. Beneath the static, the diagram spun faster, gears within gears. It wasn't just a drawing anymore. It was doing something. I dropped the phone. It didn't fall. It hung there, humming an inch above the nightstand. By morning, there was a new file on the screen, design_003.jpg. It didn't open right away. The thumbnail pulsed faintly like it was breathing. When it finally loaded, the lines looked metallic, etched into the display. Symbols rotated around a small grid. Numbers flickered in the corners. Coordinates. I checked them, less than half a mile away, an empty field beyond my street. But when I zoomed in, the grid twist mirrored, then folded into something else. A floor plan. Mine. Every room outlined perfectly, except one. An extra space beneath the basement. Circular, marked with the black sun. A vibration started under the floor. Not sound exactly, more like the air itself had a pulse. Another text appeared. K. The gate is aligned. The vessel must respond. The planchette scraped again, louder this time. Each light in the house dimmed in sequence, like the power was being swallowed. The basement door was open. I don't remember opening it. Down there, the concrete glistened with something dark. The black sun was burned into the floor, faintly glowing. My phone camera turned on by itself and began to record. In the screen, I saw myself holding the phone, but the reflection smiled. The hum rose to a roar. The floor began to move, slow, circular, like a gear turning beneath the house. A final message appeared on the screen. K. Not anymore. The air gets heavier the lower I go. Each step hums through my ribs, a low vibration that feels like it's tuning me to the same pitch as the floor. The spiral isn't concrete anymore. It's warm, soft. The surface flexes beneath my shoes, faintly alive, pulsing like veins under skin. My phone light flickers with the rhythm. On the screen, design_004.mp4 loops, except it's not a video anymore. It's showing this place, updating in real time. The camera floats a few steps behind me, even though I'm holding it. Symbols crawl along the walls. When I focus, they rearrange into patterns I almost recognize, the same ones I burned into the board. Only now they're complete. Something whispers the phrase that's haunted every file so far. The light descends through shadow. The gate requires depth. This time, the voice isn't in the air. It's inside my chest. At the center of the spiral waits a mirror of black glass. It reflects everything. The walls, the light, the endless descent, but not me. My reflection is still standing at the top of the spiral, watching. When it lifts its hand, mine lifts too. We touch the glass together. The surface ripples once, cold enough to bite through skin. The hum becomes a voice. Not Kane's, mine. Continue the design. The phone vibrates so hard it slips from my hand. Before it hits the floor, a new file flashes on the screen. Design_005.obj. The air moves only one way now, down. The spiral contracts me like a throat. The spiral contracts around me like a throat. The walls glisten and breathe, every pulse pulling me closer to the sound below. The phone tries to record again, but the camera won't focus. It keeps turning upward towards the ceiling that's no longer there, just smooth darkness closing like a wound. The hum changes pitch. It's slower now, shaped into words I can finally understand. They're not commands. They're welcome. A light glows at the bottom of the spiral, not white, clear, almost transparent. It shines through the walls, through me. When I reach it, the floor isn't solid, it's glass. Beneath it, something moves, vast and slow, like lungs drawing breath. My phone screen lights one more time. A progress bar crawls across the display. Design_final.exe, 99%. The reflection in the glass stares back. It smiles. Then the light swallows everything. When I wake, I'm standing in my basement. The floor is smooth concrete again. The hum is gone, but my phone buzzes in my pocket. One new notification. K. Transmission complete. Welcome home. A new thumbnail sits on the screen. It's a live feed. My camera from somewhere across the room. In the preview, I can see myself typing this. Behind me, the outline of a circle spreads across the wall, growing darker with every heartbeat. That one was very good. Now I'm going to read one more story. This one is by the user Calm-Recognition 1782, and the title is, I checked into a hotel that doesn't have a 20th floor. Last night I found room 1902. And this is a series, so I'll update y'all as the rest of the parts are posted. I don't know why I'm writing this. Maybe because I haven't slept in almost 2 days. Maybe because I keep hearing that same low hum in my ears, the one that started in the elevator. Or maybe because if I don't get this out, I'll start convincing myself it never really happened. 3 weeks ago, my editor sent me to Portland to cover what was supposed to be an easy heritage story. A luxury vintage hotel was reopening after decades, and Portland Weekly wanted a local piece about its centennial restoration. The subject line in the email said, easy feature, nostalgia angle. I didn't care much. It sounded like the kind of story you forget by the time you drive home. But I needed the byline, so I packed, booked a single night, and drove down. When I got there, the first thing I noticed was how out of place the hotel looked. The city had changed around it. Glass towers, cafes, neon lights. But this place just stood there like a fossil that refused to rot. The sign outside still buzzed weakly, half the letters dead. The rain made the neon hiss. Inside it was quiet, too quiet. The lobby smelled like lemon polish and rust. A single lamp glowed behind the front desk, and a woman sat there with a tired smile that didn't reach her eyes. Her name tag said Clara. Checking in, she asked. Yeah, Ethan from Portland Weekly. Her fingers paused for a fraction of a second over the keyboard. Then she nodded. Room 1912, 19th floor. The elevators are to your left. She hesitated before adding, please note, sir, there's no 20th floor. Access beyond the 19th is restricted during renovation. She said it like it was rehearsed. I didn't think much of it. Old hotels always have floors closed for repairs. My room was at the end of the hall. The carpet was thick but faded, and the lights buzzed constantly, but there was static in the air. When I reached my door, there was faint jazz music, something old and fuzzy, like it was playing from a dying radio. Inside, everything looked fine. Beige walls, old furniture, the faint smell of lavender. I tried the TV. Nothing. When I pulled the curtains open, though, my stomach flipped. From outside, the hotel had 21 floors. I'd seen them from the street. Rows of windows, perfectly lined, but I was on the 19th floor. And in the glass reflection of the building across the street, I could see 2 more levels above mine, both lit. The elevator panels downstairs, however, only went up to 19. That thought wouldn't leave me. Around 11:40 that night, I went down for a soda from the lobby machine. I was half asleep when I stepped into the elevator. Brass rails, small mirror, the doors side shut. That's when I noticed something weird. The panel looked new, too new. shiny, modern buttons that didn't match the rest of the old cage. Numbers went from 1 to 19. No 20, no 21. I was about to hit lobby when I heard a faint click like static and the elevator jerked slightly. I looked down and froze. A new button had appeared between 19 and 21, 1902. The engraving was faint but real. The light behind it flickered like it was struggling to exist. I stared, convinced I was imagining it. I blinked, rubbed my eyes. Still there, flickering, waiting. I don't know what made me press it. Curiosity maybe. Stupidity definitely. But the moment I did, the elevator groaned. The floor indicator stayed stuck on 19, but I could feel us moving, fast. My ears popped. The light flickered violently. Then with a dull metallic thud, it stopped. The doors opened halfway, stuck. I forced them apart and stepped out. The air was still. The bulbs overhead flickered yellow. The carpet was the same pattern as the 19th floor, but darker, soaked with water stains. The wallpaper peeled in places, revealing something black underneath. It shimmered faintly, like wet tar. And yet, everything looked the same, just older, colder. At the end of the hall, faint orange light leaked from under a door. I could just make out the number, 1902. The elevator doors shut behind me with a sharp clang. I started walking. My reflection in the hallway mirror lagged by half a second. When I was halfway down the hall, I heard it. Tap, tap, tap. It came from inside the room. 3 slow knocks, then silent, then again. Tap, tap, tap. Careful, rhythmic, almost human. I leaned closer, holding my breath. Then a voice, faint, female, trembling. Please, don't open it. I stumbled back, my heart slamming in my chest. Silence. Something glinted in the carpet near my foot. A small silver picture frame, glass cracked. Inside, a black and white photo of 4 people standing in a hallway, the same hallway I was in. The handwritten label said, Hotel Staff, 1987. And there, smiling in the middle, was Clara. Her name tag was clear as day. My hands went cold. I ran. I hit the elevator button again and again until the doors opened. The inside lobbies flickered wildly, but I didn't care. I slammed lobby and kept pressing. When the doors opened, the clock behind the front desk read 11:59 p.m. Clara was still there, same posture, same expression, like she hadn't moved an inch. I walked up to her, shaking, holding the photo. Where did you get this? She asked quietly, her voice flat. I walked up to her, shaking, holding the photo. Where did you get this? She asked quietly, her voice. I found it upstairs, I said. There's a hallway, room 1902. She cut me off. Sir, there is no hallway, and there is no room 1902. Her hand trembled as she took the photo. She looked down at it, then up at me. Her face drained of color. You should leave, she whispered. Please. I didn't argue. As I packed, the hallway lights outside my room flickered in sync, almost breathing. The elevator door stood open at the end, waiting. I stepped inside. The panel was normal again, no 1902. But scratched into the metal, rough and jagged, were the words, Don't let it open again. I left without checking out. I didn't look back. That should have been the end of it, but it isn't. Because every night since, my phone clock freezes at 11:59 p.m. for 5 seconds. My reflection moves a heartbeat too late. And last night, in the apartment building elevator between 19 and 21, the number 1902 flickered, just long enough for me to see it, just long enough for me to know it's still waiting. That was so good, and I thank both of these users for allowing me to read their story on here. And y'all both wrote very good stories, and hope to see y'all keep writing. And if you enjoy the video, comment and like and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I'll be back next time to read the rest of the series of that second story and to tell y'all more stories. See you next time.